Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for being here today, for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a banger, an absolute banger by Joe. Thank you for sponsoring this marathon. I'm super excited because it starts with Rush. So pretty much that's where it's already, like, for me, I'm in for the ride. There's a lot of bands that I don't really recognize. Some I do, but I can get a little bit forgetful because I do so many reactions, see so many new names, and then I don't see them for months. So it could be, that sometimes I do get a little bit forgetful. But well, so this marathon is actually starting with the song Marathon by Rush from Power Windows, as you can see in the description. And this is, let's see, from 1985. So I've not really heard I've heard some 80s Rush. These folks right there are the 80s Rush. My God, I can't even do that. They're the Bobheads. I love that set. Thank you so much again for sending it. So, and then second song is the band Red Rider White Hot, Don't Fight It. Let's see, 1980. Then Bruce Cockburn, I do remember him, Pacing the Cage, The Charity of Night, 96. Then the Tragically Hip, of course I do remember them as well. Pacing the Cage, The Luxury, oh my God, I can't even read right. Road Apples, from 91. And last but not least, Blue Rodeo, Till I Am Myself Again, from the album Casino. And this is not the El Di Meola Casino, 1990. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. And again, thank you for being here. If you're new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. And if you're not new, I hope you enjoy. All right, here we go. Can't wait for Rush. And here we go with Marathon. Boom.
From first to last, the
Okay, so I know it's a sin in the world of Rush. I'm gonna go literally back to where the time changes and the solo comes in by Alex. But just to first of all, this is weird because I'm reacting to Rush without Alexia. I've done it before, but it's always kind of like it feels off because it's such a band that binds us together. But it's okay. And also, this is a totally different Rush. It's more synthy. The bass is there though. Those double stops there, really really cool. And I love that for the first section here, Alex is just playing these chords, lightly distorted, but very clean. The guitar, there's no like just like power chords and stuff. It's just like the synth, the chords being played with the bass, and really nice drumming, of course, by Neil. But I love the sound. It sounds more 80s. It sounds different than the 70s Rush. I do notice a difference, but it sounds still very much like Rush. I mean, there's no, you can't, like Geddy, like his voice is so unique that, and then also his bass sound and everything, just the whole, like the whole structure of the band, the clockwork is just so good, and it sounds like them no matter what they play and in what era. That's what I love about them. But it's fantastic. But I just wanted to talk about how I love, even though it's different and it's maybe a little bit lighter, it's a lighter Rush for now, because the change right there when the solo came in, and so let's see, there's some like major change here, but I'm loving it. It's beautiful. Okay, you've already heard the song before. This, oh my god, I think this must have been one of my favorite solos of Alex that I've ever heard so far. We've only heard maybe 30 songs by Rush so far. This has been the best solo, and even though it was not that it was just the emotion and the feeling he put into it, and with that rhythm by Neil playing, and the chords, the atmosphere created by Geddy, like it was just it was perfect. I can't wait. I'm gonna actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell Alexia not to listen. I want her to react to this, or maybe I do a second reaction. Just this song, this deserves a second reaction. This was amazing.
Something always fires that light that gets in your eyes.
Wow, man. Very cool. I mean, I'm sure like you Rush maniacs out there would tell me, I mean, there's, 30 better songs to play, to Alexia, but this was just for me like awesome. And so I don't know. I think I'm gonna do, let me know, because I'm gonna hold off, because before sitting Alexia down for 6 minutes, um I'll ask you guys if you want to see her. I'm sure everybody's gonna say yes. But like her by herself, I don't want to do something that I haven't heard also her solo, because then it's like kind of defeats the purpose. I don't know, maybe should I sit in with her? I'm just gonna sit in with her if we do it, but let me know what you think before, right? Although maybe if she comes home tonight and then I'm like, hey, you want to listen to a Rush song? Yes, let's film it, so so if it's already out there, don't even worry. Okay, so next song is White Hot by Red Rider. Here we go. Wow.
Waiting by the shoreline in Samurai for your reply. I need you to come see me. That's no lie. The guns are getting closer. The sweat pours like the dew that fell from the trees in Tripoli in the spring. I'm
Wow, what a good band. What a good band. And as you know, I mean, you've already seen the thumbnail, you know, it's all Canadian bands, all Canada. Part 2 by Joe, and he did, you know, request the first part. This is the second part. And there's so much good music, you know, coming out of Canada. And I mean, I guess one of the first bands that I really like, I was like, wow, they're from Canada, was Rush, of course. But yeah, there is a couple of notes, and I wanted to say thank you, of course, Joe. I do read them. I don't think I have to read them, you know, for the channel, because you guys already know all this, you know. But I do appreciate them. Sometimes I don't really read all of it, you know. I do like to go in blind. But yeah. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Okay, so so this is something I would have rather not known, that they're like a little like similar to Dire Straits. I would have loved to catch that by myself. So but I do appreciate it. But that's just stuff that let's see if I hear it here in this one or not, because I'm a huge Dire Straits like freak, you know, like especially the first album I've heard literally hundreds of times. Mark Knopfler like literally defined my style very, very much. You know, just like the tone and stuff. When I play, you know, clean, like that's the tone that I'm looking for always, you know, the guitar. And even distorted, my distortion is so light, like it's insane. Okay, so this is Bruce Cockburn, and here we go.
Sunset is an angel weeping, holding out a bloody sword. No matter how I squint, I cannot make out what it's pointing toward. Sometimes you feel like you've lived too long. Days drip slowly on the page. You catch yourself pacing the cage. I've proven who I am so many times. The magnetic strip's worn thin, and each time I was someone else, and everyone was taken in. Powers chatter in high places, stir up eddies in the dust of rage. Set me to pacing the cage. I never knew what you all wanted, so I gave you everything, all that I could pillage, all the spells that I could sing. It's as if the thing were written in the constitution of the age. Sooner or later, you'll wind up pacing the cage. Sometimes the best map will not guide you.
Fantastic. Just like his voice is amazing. And he even goes into like higher notes. Da, 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 da. I love it. And that sometimes a fine-tuned guitar like this, you know, a steel string guitar, that's all you need. I mean, there's a little bit of bass, of course, you know, backing it up, but he's basically playing it, you know, you don't really need drums here because of the arpeggiation. The way he arpeggiates the chords is so rhythmically pleasing that you don't really need drums. And then also, of course, the chords being done, you know, by the keyboard just to give it that cushion of sound is wonderful. Like, it's just amazing. And the lyrics, I mean, everything is beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of Knopfler when he goes into like this more ballady kind of thing, but I wouldn't compare it too much. Like, it's Mark Knopfler has a different voice and I don't know, also different style, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't compare them. This is amazing. It's just beautiful. Very, very good. I love it. Okay, let's continue.
Sometimes the best map will not guide you. You can't see what's round the bend. Sometimes the road leads through dark places. Sometimes the darkness is your friend. Today these eyes scan bleached out land for the coming of the outbound stage. Facing the cage. Facing the cage.
Wow, beautiful. I mean, I can see a comparison maybe. I mean, I take it back. Maybe with Knopfler when he goes acoustic. But Knopfler sounds always like he has such a deep voice and he always sounds like a little bit drunk. And I'm not saying he is, but he just has that mumbly, you know, way of singing. And Bruce here is very clear and a lot higher voice. Because Knopfler's like, you know, he just like does this like, I don't know. Have you ever heard in the gallery? You know what I'm talking about. He literally sounds like he's like wasted on that track. But one of my favorite tracks, regardless, you know. Yeah. Okay, the Luxury now, the Tragically Hip. This Joe told me one of the most you know, famous bands out of Canada, I guess, kind of like there with Rush, different styles in music, of course, but just fame wise, you know, very, very big, huge. So let's get it. I've heard of them, I've reacted to them, but this is the Luxury. So let's get into it. Boom.
Zoo lion sobers up, starts to scream a child. Little does a humpback got him all smoothed out. Melancholy wine so tenderness. She hated it here or she couldn't care less. Prison yard stairs and fleur-de-lis tattoos. Cannibals are saving all the bones for soup. Eating with my fingers and sucking house shells. My parasite don't deserve no better than this. She said, why are you partial to that playboy con when you can see me naked anytime you want? If I had loads of money to make me 10 sour, could pay you to remind me of my baby by the hour. Yeah, soon like sobers up and starts to scream and shout. Little dose of home fire got 'em all smoothed out. This is where it all starts getting good. Then I'll be here waiting for you like I said I would. Ho, ho, ho. The golden rim motoring, soft water and a color TV. Heart so consumed with the shame I'm in, can't enjoy the luxury, the luxury. Luxury.
Very nice. Very cool bass line that kept it throughout the entire song. Dum, 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 dum. Very chromatic. I think it's like in a chromatic scale. I think so, yeah. But I love the whole rhythm section. There was even some dissonance right there, like on purpose, which is always welcome, you know. And really nice chord progression. The little like licks, you know, here and there. The singing, I love the whole thing. Felt very, very good. Very, I don't know, just feel good, just tight. You know, I love. It's also now it's gone, but it's said that they've been critically acclaimed for a larger part of 3 decades now, 4 decades even, I think, set there. Great sound. I loved it. And I've heard them before, so I'm not surprised, but they're big. So another good big band. It says Canada's most popular roots rock band, Blue Rodeo, grew into a veritable institution. What? In their home country, with their debut in the 80s. Okay, I need my glasses, so let's not. Let's just go with Blue Rodeo till I'm myself again. Let's see what they gotta say. Here we go.
I wanna know where my confidence went. One day it all disappeared. I'm lying in a hotel room miles away. Voices next door in my head. Where daytimes are dragged, night times worse. Hope I had a dream that my house was on fire. People laughed while it burned. Well, I tried to run, but my legs were numb. I had to wait till the feeling returned. Well, I don't need a doctor to figure it out. I know what's passing me by. When I look in the mirror, sometimes I see traces of some other guy. Well, I wanna go, I know I can't stay. I don't wanna run feeling this way. Till I am myself, till I am myself, till I am myself again.
Very good. Very, like, the name says it a little bit, you know, it has that rodeo feel, you know. Oh my god, this is like 10 years ago. Like when I first came to Denver, we came here to visit Alexia's dad, and we were still living in Mexico, and we went to like a rodeo. Not really a rodeo. It was more like a dance. Yeah, a rodeo is like, no, there were no animals, okay? So it was more like a place where you dance, you know, and you wear a cowboy hat and all that stuff. So, and the music was very much like this, but more, I think it was a live band. It was more traditional still. So it has that feel, but I think that style is more like Counting Crows, you know. It has that a little bit of a country vibe, but not too much, you know. It's still rock. It's not just country. I think this was really good. And I love the cover, by the way. Oh my god. But so I'm gonna add another one, you know, because Joe was kind enough to you know, sponsor 2 marathons, so I want to show my appreciation. So let's do some Saga from Canada as well, and they're more you know, proggier than I mean, we're gonna go back to, I guess, kind of like Rush, you know. I don't think they're as proggy as Rush, but they're in the field. So let's go with On the Loose by Saga, and here we go. You know, this is from, let's pull up the album. I literally am playing the album opener. I hope we haven't done this before. Let me just check, you know, just to be sure. On the Loose. No. Okay. All right. Let's do it. On the Loose by Saga. Here we go. 1981.
If
proggier than I thought. I mean, the whole that is just like, you know, that's when it really kicks in. And it just made a marathon. If you want to watch it, is what makes music progressive, you know. And it's, I guess, the when you start apply, you know, time signatures within the playing, within the music, it doesn't have to be just the drums, which is the timekeeper of the whole thing, you know. But if you kind of like defy the tempo or play behind a beat or before a beat or stuff like that, and stuff becomes just a little bit more complex, then people, their prog sensor goes off, and also it just became like heavier during the song. And that was really awesome. I think it was even at the end, it was proggier than the Rush song, you know, the Marathon, I guess, in the deep, like in the overall deliverance of the two, you know. And I don't say that lightly because I love Rush, and but I guess the drumming wasn't proggy at all, but just the interplay of the piano with the guitar playing those scales, that was really cool. And then just also got a little bit heavier. So I'm really happy I did this song from Worlds Apart, Saga. Shout out to Tony, of course. Tony and his infinite playlists that he wants us to do. If we only had the time, trust me, we would do it. But thank you for sending us, literally, I think you sent us the entire collection of Saga, and I'm super happy. Can't wait, you know, to listen to this entire band. But when, you know, if I had 48 hours a day, I would do it. But, you know, having a job and then doing this on the side, it's tough. You know, it's just difficult. I can't really find. And then when I do have free time, I want to do something else, like go outside or, you know, be with Alexia or play the guitar or watch a movie. So we just don't have enough time to do only music reactions. It's impossible. You know, I think I already do way too much. People are like, I can never catch up with you, you know? So thank you so much, Joe. This was awesome. I love Canadian music. I love the country. I've been there only once recently, and I've only been there for a day. I know it's ridiculous, but we did leave the airport. We spent there the entire day with a great friend and a great older friend. We're talking about Frank and Alex. Alex we had known since, you know, like a decade ago, and Frank, we've met him on the channel. He has been on the channel, you know, on lives, and of course commenting, and we finally got to meet him in person. He took us through Montreal that day, and it was wonderful, beautiful. I can't wait to go back and just suck in that culture, and obviously stay there maybe like a week or something or two. But at least that day we went was beautiful, and you can also already see that it's so different from the US culturally, and everybody speaks two languages, which I love. You know, that's very much like Alexia and I in our culture. Like, we literally speak in two languages with each other all day, you know. So it's just a thing that I do miss, you know, in a culture, you know, in an environment. It's just a lot of fun too. Yeah, so thanks again, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. Please, if you like it, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, or you know what, I always say, maybe just subscribe, you know, just commit. If you watch the video, then watch another one. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.